Hello and welcome back to Sketchbook Tour part, I don't know what part this is because it's been a really long time since I last made a sketchbook tour. It just takes me a really long time to draw anything traditionally. I just finished this sketchbook today. Anyways, whatever sketchbook tour it is, I'll just figure that out later. I'll put a disclaimer right now that I will and I do cuss. So if you're not into that, then please click off the video so I don't have to read your fucking comments. And if anyone does decide to comment me about it, you owe me $50. I'll put my PayPal address in the video description. Right now I'm sitting on the bed, this is my bed right here with this fancy cover, and Stank is literally sleeping on my lap. So if you hear any snoring noise, that's from my dog. Okay, let's get started. So this sketchbook was not originally mine, so I don't know who made these stickers. It came like that. People just give me their old sketchbook that they don't use, and I'm like, hell yeah. So you see that, if you can't read that, I started this sketchbook in April of 2015, and then I just put this sketchbook away, and I finally pulled it back out on 2018 February. So, it's been in the storage for a while, and I just finished it today, 2019. This is a 4-year sketchbook. But I don't draw every day. I draw like once a month, maybe. So maybe, there's some improvement in here, or the reverse of improvement, the not improvement. But anyways, let's get started. I always do a lot of testing. So if you see a ton of these like marks and stuff, that's because I never really have any idea what I'm doing, so I'm always, oh Jesus, every time I touch the wire, the camera shakes. Gonna try to not touch the fucking wire. I'm gonna keep my arm on this side. Okay. You see these random marks, that's because I'm just testing things out. And I always draw OC art in here, my original characters, because I just love drawing my original characters. Or anonymous strangers with messy hair. That's the only thing that I know how to draw. This is Daffodil and his son Bunny. I draw them a lot. So I tried to keep track of all the type of pens that I used in here. But of course, it never works out. The top one is OptiFlow, which is this one right here. I kind of use it for kind of sketchy stuff. It's not waterproof and the lines are kind of big. The next one is a Pilot Precise. It's this one right here. Sorry, I locked the autofocus, so bringing this closer doesn't really help. Just use your really good eyes to look at this. There's a Pilot Precise is pretty commonly used. I don't use it as much because I draw really, really fast. And this pen could not fucking keep up with me. And this one right here is called a Noodler pen. It's a fountain pen that has a flex, which means that you could get really thin lines and also really thick lines. But then it's so fucking smelly. It's so bad. It's like a burnt plastic smell. I'm not entirely sure what they did at the factory, but damn, it's stanky. Anyways, I try to keep track of that, but then I completely forgot. So there's that. And then since my stanky pen did not work out very well, it just clogs up sometimes. So the way to use fountain pens is you kind of have to use it every day or very often. Otherwise it clogs. So I'm like, let's do it. Let's draw a little thing every day. And you could see that I did that for 2 whole days and then I forgot about it. Yep. So here's some designs from my OCs. Is this distracting to you? I'll move that out of the way so it's not distracting. There you go. And then the usual fucking shit up. There's like this much images and then the fucky part right there. But look at that. Isn't that good? I love gold shit. I'm such a huge fucking fan of anything gold. Look at that shit. I wish all of my pages were like this. But they're not. Here's some more sketchy doodles. I only draw on one side of the page. I understand that, people are like, ooh, that's so wasteful. But you know what's even more wasteful? If I spent all this fucking time on the thing and then it fucking smear all over the place. So I had to throw away both pages. That's a lot more wasteful. And I do like really tiny little details. If that shit smears, I'm going to commit Sudoku. Okay. Math, I was in an RP for a while, so I had to figure out what I needed to buy. Unfortunately, I got kicked out because my characters were supposedly too overpowered, even though I rolled all the dice for it, So sad. Well, here's Sang, and here's Stank, my dog. I was like, time to do perspective and actual background, and then I gave up immediately. Here's some more of that. It's upside down because I like to draw with my right. It's not like I have an option. I draw with my right hand, so I can't draw if there's like a spiral down here. So I just had to flip it around. This is upside down, so just turn your desktop upside down. Some more, OCs. Some more OCs. This is so wasteful of paper, like there's like barely anything on here, but I like breathing room. Okay, here's Bomb. Here's his sister. Here's the exclusive content, y'all. This is his sister. You guys have not seen her in the webcomic yet. And this is Stank contributing. It just stepped on my fucking book and there's a paw mark on it. And I need to spray this page so that I could keep that mark because it's really important. The collaboration of the century is Stank stepping on my shit. Here's some more OC. Here's more OC. This is the best art that I've ever done. I don't think I'll ever be able to reach that kind of epicness again, Here's some more OCs. So this is I tried to make gold ink. I don't know why I keep on trying to make gold ink considering how much gold paint I have, but I like options. And it kind of worked out okay-ish. This is a Lamy Safari. I legit was just trying to use up all the ink in the pen, but I didn't, so I could wash it out and then put in new ink colors. So I'm just like, I'm gonna start doing all kind of random shit just to get the ink out. And yeah, that's what happens. This is with the fountain pen. It's called a Lamy Safari. I got a fine tip maybe, but the German fine tip is not like a Japanese fine tip. So I'm gonna have to get an extra fine, which means I have to buy another nib. But yeah, this is the did you hear that? That was Stank. Oh, and this is also Stank. This is I bought this ink color because I saw a video on Instagram that showed that the ink had a red glow. It has a glittery red glow, and I've never seen it happen. It's always been this color, or it's been a really dark teal, but I've never seen a red glow, so I'm like, damn it, scammed again. Here's some more balm. Fountain pen. These I just draw it straight on with a fountain pen. I don't even do drafts for this. I just straight up draw with the fountain pen, and you can see that Stank is my favorite thing to like test out any type of nibs. Oh, here's some more. This fountain pen is not waterproof, but it is alcohol proof for some reason. So if I put water on it, it just smears all over the fucking place. But if I use Copic or any type of alcohol marker on it, it doesn't smear. So I took advantage of that and colored that in. I really like doing these like tiny little details because it's just something fun to do. I also did this without a draft underneath, and then I'm like, wow, this is some good shit. I'm not gonna add any more things to ruin it, but I was also telling myself, well, in the future, if I have more skills, I will be able to add the body, but I never added the body. So now it's just this one thing. So here's some more stuff. Really love my gold. See that shit? I like blood colors for watercolor. I try really hard to buy any paint that is reminiscent of dried blood or new blood, and there's just this one paint color that's just the good kush. Anyways, continuing on, we have more of the fountain pen drawing. This time I kind of try to do a draft, as you can see with the red. And then I went back and added the little details right here. Like, most of these I don't really do in one go. I would just draw the line art, and then when I find my pink pens, I'm like, oh, I'll just do that. And then later on I find my gold pen, and I'm like, oh, let's flip through all of these and see if I can add gold to anything. And yep, I never really do any. Most of these are like through several iterations, which is fun because you can always go back and add more to stuff if you think it looks too plain. This one I put watercolor first and then the ink on top. And this one I put ink first and then I watercolored it. I think I was trying to test the waterproofness of it. So whenever you paint something with watercolor first and then you put lines on it, the lines are gonna get really big because the fibers of the sketchbook has already been compromised. So here's some more of the fountain pen and marker combo. This is my OC Lucky. Isn't he cute? He's really fun to draw, so I draw him a lot. Here's some more. This is, I got a set of watercolor that's a kind of dark black. So all the colors have some kind of black shade in it, so it looks really classy. Doesn't that look classy? I think it looks classy. Oh yeah, I always try to like redraw my dreams. In my dreams, there were these, I lived on this kind of kingdom that's on top of the sea, and then they would have these floating barrels, or I don't know what it's called in English, but it's like ceramics containers, and they got eyes, and then they had little plants on them, and they just kind of float around on top. Yep. Here's some more cats. This is also Lucky, but in cat form. These are just, I don't know what these are. I think I try to do some watercolor shit, but it's like, this paper is not made for layering, so it just starts going to shit. And these I drew with my left hand, I think. Except for this one. I did not draw that with my left hand. And here's some more thumbnails. I try to do thumbnails. I tell myself, oh, I'm gonna paint this, but I never do. Because then I would have to scan this and then blow it up and draw it, and then, you know, laziness happens. Oh man, this sketchbook is so long. This is gonna be like a 5 hours video, I feel like. Maybe I should talk faster. And this is just testing out of that darkish colors. I got gouache, so I'm testing out gouache. I've only ever used watercolor, so I wanted to know what gouache is like, and I tried layering and things just start peeling. If any time that you see Stank in my sketchbook, it means I am testing something, and the only thing that I could draw at the moment is Stank. Here's some more balm. I tried to color his hair with gouache. That did not work out so well. Here's some more gouache stuff where I try to not use it like water paint, but actually use it like gouache, like it was meant to be used with like thick layering. But of course this paper's not made for that, so shit just goes to hell. Here's Carry On and the Goop. He's the good boy. Carry On as the Goop. He was part of an RP for a while, and then I had to go to school, and then I got busy, so I had to quit. Here's some more hamsters, some more OCs. Here are the swatches for the thing. So like, this is when I actually got the watercolor, and then I started going back and color everything in. So, you know, that's the thing that you could always do. I tried to do Inktober, and then I gave up. Cause I don't really have like an ink pen that was consistent enough for me to do Inktober throughout the entire Inktober month. So here's some more drafts of Baum and his sister. Here's anonymous characters and Baum and DA. Oh yeah, people are always asking me how you say his name. You say it like DA. Yep. More art. This is Esper. This is Mox. I try to be very gingerly with these because... Hey Google, stop. That's my alarm. I can't remember what for, but that's my alarm. Oh, this pen is a Pilot ergonomic pen, and it's really nice. It's really, really fine. And then since I haven't used it for a while, it's just kind of clawed up. So I gotta go back and clean that. So here's some more. I had an old, like, a water pen. So this. And then I filled it with the ink. Because I was like, gotta find a way to use up this fucking ink. Here's some more balm. So this, I got a new pencil. It is a lead 4. Yes, lead 4. I had lead 5. I had lead 7. I had lead 3. But I don't have lead 4. So I'm like, time to get a lead 4. And it's really nice. It's finer than a 5. But it's not so thin that you can't see the fucking lines like with 3. Look at these math. Can't fucking do math, so I gotta write them all down. Got some more art that I draw in class, maybe. Some of these might be drawn in class. This is Kiki. I really like him, but I have not gotten a chance to write about him or use him in anything, so eventually I'll write about him. So I saw this fucking video on Instagram where you can make fucking makeup, like eyeshadows into paint. So I tried to test that out, and yep, this is the results. I had like dollar store makeup, so I tried that out. It did not work. Look at that math. Ooh, here's some more of that lead 4 arts. I can't wait for this all to smear to shit. Here's Kobe, my new OC. I draw him a lot because I kind of like drawing claws, kind of pointy ear. This is my ballpoint pen that I really like because it makes really thin lines, but it also explodes sometimes, and it makes these tiny little dots. It's called Easy Glide, made by Bic. Here's some more art. I rarely fucking do full bodies because one is they don't fit on the page, and other time is because I'm just too lazy. So here's some watercolor stuff. That's a full body for once. I didn't line this because I kind of like the way it looks. Here's some more Kobe, and this is Bunny the bunny. Babushka bun. Here's some anonymous character. Here's Lucky. I was like, how many styles do I have actually? So I just try to draw Lucky in all the styles. And this isn't even half of it. I could do a lot more styles because I'm really inconsistent. And this is watercolor. Try to do like light shining on it, but I don't know how that works out. This is when my washi tape that I ordered from China finally came in after about 500 years. So I decided to use it on this. It's so good, isn't it? Look at that shit. It's like $1 per roll of tape. So I bought a new watercolor set. It's called Pretty Excellent. And it has 36 colors and it's $20, which is pretty good. So I decided to test it out against my normal set of watercolors, and you know, it does a pretty okay job. It's not as rich, but I think it's good enough. Here's an example of it on Lucky. I think it does okay. I have to do a lot of layering though. Like, this is way too much fucking layering to get it that vibrant. But you can get it vibrant. Here's more Kobe. Here's some formula for light. Here's more of my OCs. Here's Dust, Peppermint, Ruth, and Mercy. I think these would look really nice if I decided to color it. Here's a design that I made really long time ago, but I can't remember the design correctly, so this is as much as I can remember of it. This is about a dream where I basically pulled a Miss Frizzle and flew a school bus into the sun. So here's some more Stank as a space filler. And I was like, I'm gonna try to do more fountain pen drawing again. So I brought out my fountain pen, but it was really scratchy. It's so fucking scratchy. I drew all of these without like a draft underneath. So that's why if it looks a bit wonky, that's probably why. Because I just draw the head and then draw the body and I'm like, oh fuck, that's not how everything goes. And yep. And then this is when I start doing like smoothing of the nibs. So basically I just got like a nail filer and start filing down the nibs so that it gets less scratchy, but I don't know if it makes the lines thicker or not, and I cannot fucking tell. And this is another of that. no draft, just draw as you go kind of thing. Here's some more of that. Ooh, don't look at that. I was testing some things. This is Dust, and this is Sasha. They're best friend in my game, even though they live like 2 different floors. Here's Kodak, and here's Dust, and here's Kodak again. This is the color that I used from this set right here. It looks pretty bright, I guess. I think it looks kind of okay. Here's some Lucky and Friends. Here's Carry On and Friends. They all look like they're drawn in like completely different styles because I'm not very consistent. So with this, I try to test out if there really is a difference between the cheap-ish watercolor and my more expensive set. So this side is the cheap one, and this side is the more expensive one, and I know that looks muddy, but it's not. It's actually really bright, and that's only because I mixed like 50 fucking colors in there. But I mean, there's not much of a difference, I think. I still prefer my expensive one more because this took a lot longer for it to get this bright, whereas this one I just kind of do it once. But you know. And here's the fucking home stretch where I'm like, ooh, 2 pages left, time to fucking go wild. And so I did. So here's fountain pen drawing that I don't really have a draft underneath, so everything is wonky. And here's the last picture that I just finished today. March 15th, 16th. Hey Google, what's today's date?
It is Friday, the 15th of March 2019.
Okay, it's March 9th, 2019, and I finally finished this fucking sketchbook. And that's the last picture of the sketchbook. I was gonna say this is the last picture of the year, but it's only March. Yeah, I always leave like a blank page at the end, so if the sketchbook gets fucked up, there's still like some kind of padding between the cover and the last image. Still no idea who drew that, but I love blackjack. And there you go. Sketchbook tour number whatever, and it only took us 30 minutes to get through. And here's some Stank, who's been sleeping on my lap this entire time. ASMR, me slapping Stank. ASMR. Alright, thanks for watching. Have a nice day, and see you in my next sketchbook tour, which is gonna be in about 3 years, probably.